in a similar situation. They are working and they have dreams and aspirations of making that transition from working into having their own consulting business. So what was that transition like for you?
Oh yeah, so it was a rough transition sometimes because you never know what to expect. But what I did, I just did some planning a year before I left. So I left my job in 2014, and so the year before, I just tried to work on the business on the side. So got some clients and just I handled all the small things first, such as the website, the business cards, the logo design, understanding my target market, understanding my services. So you want to do all that early on because so you're not wasting a lot of time and energy after you leave, when it's really important to only do the revenue generating tasks. So after a year, I tried to get out there and then I had about, I'll say 6 months of savings. And the clients that I had, it was pretty much paying 50% of my bills. So I knew that if I was able to get 50% of my bills paid, I can at least double that when I leave my job when I go full time. So I could just increase the effort. So my advice to that is just make sure you put in all the work if you can before. Some people, they want to replace all their income before they leave. Some people, they want to just leave without any income. I'm one of the type of people that I want to make sure there's some type of balance that I know is going on, right? So it's up to you.
I'm one of the ones who jumped out and said,
Hey,
guess what? I had to go crawling back, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
No problem.
It's all good. You know what? Listen, when you guys listen to the Sell Your Book podcast, you're gonna get more than just selling your book. Okay, you're gonna get life advice. You're gonna get business advice. I love that. So you started your business 2014, and so you it's safe to assume that you did a lot of speaking to kind of really propel your business forward and give you visibility.
Yeah. So yeah, visibility, like email marketing. So sending out emails to my current networking and let people know what you do. So as simple as that, like your immediate network, a lot of times that people don't know, just like you mentioned earlier, Denise, is like, oh, they might have not have known that you do a service. But if you tell people like, hey, this is new business I'm starting, this is a service I offer, you can get some clients just like that. That's how I got my first client. Like person in my network emailed them saying, hey, you want to be on my newsletter? They said yes. And then weeks later, they said, oh, wow, I didn't know you do SEO. I didn't know you do online marketing. And then that's how it started. And then started speaking. And then some of the speaking led to people approaching me afterwards. So that's how it really got started.
Love it. So where did the idea for writing a book come in? So your business started in 2014. You got the book out by 2020. So there's a little bit of time there. What was the impetus for writing the book? And did you consider yourself a writer before you got started?
So I really never considered myself a writer. I mean, I would write some blog posts. I knew it was important. It was one of those things where it's like I would write, but I wasn't writing consistently. But I knew that when I started writing, I enjoyed it because it's just another way of sharing information. So what got me started was I've always been like a speaker first. And so I realized after going to networking events, getting mentors and just hearing about people's stories, they would always mention how a book will help your credibility as an expert and as a speaker. So yeah, so that was the main catalyst for me to just start to write the book. And then once that happened, I realized that I had so much content in me. And that's a lot of times for a lot of people. They don't realize how much content they have until they really sit down and start writing the book. So it can be intimidating, but you got to think about all the life experiences you have, all the work experience you have. You can really break that down into a book. And that's what I did. I just looked at my past experience at my jobs, also my experience as being a speaker, because that got me a unique perspective because I was able to see and talk to many of my target audience during the day in, day out when I go to the events, and they'll let me know specifically their challenges. So I just wrote some of those challenges down, and that helped me to write the book, helped me to kind of formulate all the ideas. But at the end of the day, it was mainly to position myself as more of an expert that knows what he's talking about.
Real quick, I know you're enjoying today's conversation, but do you want to write a book that helps you get clients for your business, grows your audience, and expands your opportunities? but you don't know how to get started writing this type of a book that can help you produce these results? Even if you don't feel like an expert, the very act of writing a book will help position you as one. And there is a proven path forward that will help you get what you want. I put it all together for you in my 4 steps to book writing success. Visit www.writingwithdeniserenee.com/4 steps. Not only do you get the steps, but I also give you videos for each step, breaking them down so that you would know your actionable steps to follow to get started writing your book right away. So hit pause on this episode right now and head over to writingwithdeniserenee.com/4 steps to download, and then unpause so we can get back into this conversation.
So I just wrote some of those challenges down, and that helped me to write the book, helped me to kind of formulate all the ideas. But at the end of the day, it was mainly to position myself as more of an expert that knows what he's talking about.
So from the different questions and problems and challenges that the people that you were networking with and the people that you were working with had, from the different experiences you had as a business owner as well as an employee, from all those, how did you decide how to, streamline all that information and pick a direction for your book? Because if there's one thing I get as a writing coach is people are always like, I want to do this and that, and I want it to be about my life, and I want to be, and I'm like, what? Oh, it's raining it. It's raining it. So what was the process like for you to help rein in all the ideas and decide on the path that you decided to go on?
Oh, yeah. So I would say, I mean, you understand this of being in marketing, is that I look at what does the audience want at first. Because the problem with book writing is it's so easy to just say, well, I want to write a book about flower planting. It's like, but does somebody want to hear the book about flower planting? Do they want to really read that? Right? So first,
yes, you preaching. Listen, my audience now knows that when this yellow rag comes out, that means you're preaching good. Talk that talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So do people actually want to read it? Do people actually want to hear what you have to say? Does it really matter in the marketplace? Because if you want to make money from the book, you got to think about, do people want to read it? So that's why I would listen to the audience. I use a tool called Google Trends to figure out what is the title, what's trending. So I was like, is internet marketing trending or online marketing trending, or is it more trending when it comes to digital marketing? What is actually trending?